So, after a chaotic opening Junior X30 race of the weekend, we go to Junior X30 B versus D. Here is the starting grid. On pole position will be the 127 of Juice Mulder, with the son of legend of the WRC, François, Antoine Duval, alongside on the front row. Devon Hagland and Felipe Reyes will be on row 2. Arthur Huang and Quinten van Leeuwen round out row 3. Flavio Caio will be joined on row 4 by Edouard Godefroy, with Johan Helder and Timur Riflar rounding out the top 10. I did see that Riflar had to wait until he could actually get out of the dummy grid. They round out the top 10 positions. Lennon Henriquez and Aurelio Giustinelli on row 6, Sebastian Sherasov and Sam Gulick on row 7. Julien Sorvillo, Lorenzo Notarigo, Mohamed El Bouzaki, Achille Gerardin, Timothy Lahoussin and Bink van Schijndel round out the top 20. Completing the 30-strong grid will be Moritz Moore, Lucas Pellizzari, Yves Rie, Maurice Verkreuz, Viggo Moons, Merle Taylor, Maxime Linders, Fabio Angotta, Sacha Duquet and Niels Lelore. Another interesting way to start a weekend in terms of the fireworks already starting in the opening heat. But these drivers will have a lot more racing to do tomorrow. We'll not only have the remainder of the qualifying heats, but then we'll also have the respective finals. A total of 164 combined entrants through both X30 Junior and Senior this weekend. And with the temperatures still continuing to be nigh on 30 degrees Celsius, the drivers, the mechanics, the families, everybody is having to hydrate significantly today. And that's one of the key points of keeping yourself sharp at all possible opportunities. The drivers weaving from side to side as they come out of turn number 9 and head into the right-hander at Cafe Corner just off of the grandstand. There has been, in recent times, a little bit of resurfacing on the approach from turn 10 to 11. And there you see it. Very much dark tarmac in comparison with the surrounding asphalt that the drivers are having to go through. The red lights are on the starting gantry here ahead of 10 minutes plus an additional lap, and it will be the very all-important run down to turns 1 and 2 here at Karting Genk as we wait with bated breath and see how this race pans out as race director Thomas Liner tells them to get into the tram lines. Revs rise, and it's a full start straight away. He's going to send them around for another 1,360 metres. But already at this point in the championship, it is going to be the case of the drivers having to calm themselves a little bit. Once we get into round 4, we'll really understand the dynamics of how the title fights will shape up in X30 Junior. And particularly the fact that Juice Mulder, currently 6th in the standings on 263 points, is the highest placed rookie. The next one on that list is Bink van Schijndel, who's down with Stig de Rademaker, who was in the previous heat we just saw a moment ago, 11th, and rounding out the top 3 in 16th is the 171 of Bink van Schijndel from the Netherlands for Falcon Racing Team. So hopefully this time around we will have the lights going out as the yellow amber lights have been extinguished on the gantry. A big thank you to everyone watching on the official IAME Series Benelux YouTube channel, and of course on IAME-motorsport.com. And feel free to stick with us for the remainder of this weekend. And after this race, we'll head on to 3 qualifying heats for Senior X30. Mulder and Duval on the front row, with Hagland and Reyes on row 2. Huang and Van Leeuwen, Caio, Godefroy, Helder and Riflar rounding out the top 10. 15 rows of competitors, 30 drivers set and ready to go racing. The only time this afternoon, but they will have a very, very busy and lengthy day in the office from tomorrow morning. Out of the final corner, into the tram lines we go. This time the lights go out and we're underway. And a good start by Juice Mulder as they head into turns 1 and 2, a little bumping and boring, as one of the drivers trying to go round the outside at turn 1 and 2. But good start there by Juice Mulder. Devon Hagland keeping in close proximity in second, as Antoine Duval looks to be in third place. just in front of Quintin van Leeuwen as they're 2-3 abreast, a little bit further back down the order as the field makes its way down the Europalaan for the first time.
Oui, le départ excellent de la part de Just Mulder qui est parvenu à conserver sa première place. Départ un peu plus compliqué pour Antoine Duval. C'était la première fois qu'il s'est lancé depuis la première ligne. Il a bien limité les dégâts, Antoine, mais il a quand même perdu quelques positions. Rien de dramatique jusqu'à présent, d'autant que là, il est en mesure de récupérer éventuellement la 4e position. Le premier tour de boucler avec en tête Just Mulder qui est devant Devon Akkelen, Quinten van Leeuwen, Arthur Hoang et Antoine Duval. Pour l'instant, les Néerlandais qui sont à la fête avec 3 Néerlandais aux 3 premières places. On a ici Arthur Hoang et Antoine Duval en bagarre donc pour cette 4e position. Attention parce que là, les écarts sont déjà assez conséquents. Antoine Duval qui passe juste avant la ligne droite de l'Europalaan et qui en a profité également. Il s'agirait de Felipe Reis là ou éventuellement de Flavio Caira. En tout cas, c'est une très très belle bagarre. Édouard Godefroy aussi qui est bien revenu dans le coup là-bas avec pour l'instant la 6e position pour le champion mini 2023 de 7e Series Benelux. Et en attendant, les 3 leaders qui sont loin devant déjà.
Yeah, the top 3 really pulling away. And Jules Mulder doing exactly what he needs to do. Devon Hagelen and Quintin van Leeuwen round out the top 3. Felipe Reis now up into 4th position in the number 25 with Fusion Motorsport. As Quintin van Leeuwen trying to get on with getting past Devon Hagelen for that 2nd position. Look possibly to go up the inside through turns 4 and 5. We have had an incident just off of turn number 2. We've had an incident here at turn 6. One of which, yeah, the 189. I did try and catch the other number of the driver just in front, who was just slowly making their way down the Europalaan. But Devon Hagelen having to defend as Jules Mulder is pulling away. His lead after the opening 2 laps was the best part of just over half a second. But the race is on for P2.
Et devant, on a toujours Just Mulder qui fait exactement ce qu'il a à faire. Derrière, belle bagarre pour la 2e position avec Quinten van Leeuwen qui est passé à la 2e place devant Devon Akkelen. Ces deux-là, ils ont intérêt à se battre parce qu'ils jouent une position au championnat. Devon Akkelen est pour l'instant 2e, Quinten van Leeuwen 4e. En sachant que Tad Buckley et Arthur de Donker, qui sont respectivement 1er et 3e, ont été victimes d'un accrochage dans la manche avant. Donc vraiment très intéressant à pointer. Ils ont l'occasion en tout cas de faire une bonne opération dans les manches qualificatives. On retrouve à l'image Quinten van Leeuwen et Devon Akkelen. Devant, c'est Just Mulder qui continue de creuser petit à petit l'écart. Il a tout intérêt à gérer cet avantage sans trop se poser de questions, le pilote néerlandais. Parce que pour l'instant, tout va pour le mieux pour lui. Pour Just Mulder qui était déjà monté sur le podium du côté d'Austricourt en terminant 3e de la finale. Derrière, c'est Felipe Reis qui est bel et bien remonté à la 4e place. On a Édouard Godefroy qui est 5e. Et puis on a la remontée aussi de Jorn Elder, le pilote néerlandais, très en verve également du côté d'Austricourt, qui est en train de remonter. Il est 6e devant Antoine Duval.
Yeah, it looks like along with Julian Servillo, also Lorenzo Notarigo and Sam Gluck have dropped down towards the bottom of the order. Including Germany's Moritz Moore, but yeah, Jules Mulder just keeping nice and consistent. You know, not overworking things. And there's a terminology that's known as mechanical sympathy. But you know, these drivers have got a lot of racing to do. And one of the things you want to do is to have a very, very steady, calm, composed race, and not to put any scratches or any rubber marks on any of the sticker kit that you've got on the kart. But you've also got to be very, very careful that you don't accidentally knock something loose, which then compromises your opportunity in the heats. And well, fastest lap of the race, Arthur Hoang in the 188, who's currently 8th at the moment, is ahead of Lennon Henriquez. Flavio Caira from VDK, representing Belgium, completes the top 10, changes a foot towards the bottom part of the top 10. I think that was a move possibly by Aurelio Giustinelli on Flavio Caira, but still, they are, giving each other enough racing room, enough racing respect. And Antoine Duval has a little bit of a fight on his hands because he's having to battle with Arthur Huang, who was the fastest driver around on track at the moment. We come across the line to complete lap number 6, so still, Guus Mulder leads, Quinten van Leeuwen in second, Devon Hagelen in third, Felipe Reyes running very, very strongly in fourth positions, ahead of Edouard Gourfoy, Jorn Helder, Arthur Huang, also Lennon Henriquez the latter two have both got past Antoine Duval, with Aurelio Giustinelli completing the top 10. So 4 retirements, bringing us down to 26 drivers, rounded out by Bink van Schijndel from the Netherlands in the 171, who probably might have been thinking, well, qualifying didn't go well. Unfortunately, the first heat for Bink van Schijndel, along with a few others, isn't going so well at this moment in time.
À l'image, Felipe Reyes et Edouard Godefroy, deux pilotes qui sont en train de réaliser une belle affaire dans cette manche qualificative. En attendant, les minutes continuent de s'écouler, les secondes également. On a Quinten van Leeuwen qui vient de réaliser il y a quelques instants le meilleur chrono, mais dans la foulée, c'est Arthur Hang qui s'est montré le plus rapide, 56-112 pour le pilote belge qui pointe actuellement au 7e rang. Belle remontée aussi de la part d'Arthur Hoang, alors qu'on retrouve là cette bagarre avec notamment Antoine Duval, Timéo Riflard, et puis juste derrière on retrouve, je pense, Aurelio Giustinelli. On n'a peut-être pas eu le classement qui s'est mis à jour chez nous, mais a priori, ce serait bien lui, Aurelio Giustinelli, juste derrière Antoine Duval, en tout cas au dernier pointage. On retrouve ici Reyes et Godefroy, 4e et 5e, alors que devant, on retrouve Just Mulder, mais qui doit se méfier du retour, Alex, de Quinten van Leeuwen. Je pense que Quinten van Leeuwen est un peu plus rapide que le leader actuel, alors qu'on a toujours Antoine Duval ici mis sous pression.
Yeah, Guus Mulder just pumped in the fastest lap of the race, just over 3/100ths of a second quicker than Quinten van Leeuwen. Of course, Antoine Duval, a bit like Seb and Andy Priaulx, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree in the family. They both are on 4 wheels, let's say. But yeah, really, really good to see that this particular X30 junior heat is a lot more controlled, a lot more. The drivers might have seen the first one and then would have been talked to by race director Thomas Leiner as if to say, if you're going to do anything, you have to be very, very careful. If you are fully committed to the move, get the move done nice and cleanly. But at the moment, Guus Mulder is about half a second away from Quinten van Leeuwen. Van Leeuwen responds with the new fastest lap of the race, 56.069 for the 124 for the Falcon Racing team, and is starting to drop Devon Hagelen, who is now 1.8 seconds away from the race leader. Felipe Reyes and Edouard Gourfoy round out the top 5. Arthur Huang now gets ahead of Jorn Helder. In the background there, the 136 I just spotted. Mohamed El Bouzaki, the Belgian driver with Victory Lane, currently running 14th behind Timéo Riflard, as we are definitely counting down the seconds here in Heat 2, X30 Junior, Groups B versus D. And it has been very much a fast-paced affair in this second heat for X30 Junior. Quinten van Leeuwen has just 2 laps to go to close down what is nearly a half-second deficit when it comes to the race lead. And what's more, for the second successive lap in a row, has just put in the fastest lap of the race, as Felipe Reyes has got Edouard Gourfoy closing on in. It's a top 4 at the moment for the Netherlands in terms of nationality representation in this first heat for these particular drivers. As the timer hits 0, Felipe Reyes holding on to 4th place at the minute, about 2.6 seconds behind Devon Hagelen. Next time around, it will be 1 to go. But the big question is, has Quinten van Leeuwen closed in on Guus Mulder? The answer is, not at all surprisingly, a no but there is about 10 kart lengths between them. Last lap underway, and Just Mulder opens up the taps on the victory lane, number 127, puts in a new fastest lap in the books to respond directly, 55.941, opens up the gap to just over 0.6 of a second. And there is Just Mulder, the young rookie, and had a really, really good effort, finishing in the top 5 in Ostikor last time out. It's going to be pretty much, even though there was a false start at the beginning of the race, Just Mulder kept his head calm in these very, very hot conditions. And now makes his way into the 12th and final corner, and out of which he powers out through. And Just Mulder from victory lane picks up Heat 2, X30 Junior Groups B versus D, ahead of Quintin van Leeuwen. Devon Hagland rounds out the top 3, ahead of Felipe Reyes, with Edouard Godefroy, Arthur Huang, Jorn Helder, Lennon Henriquez, Antoine Duval, and also Sebastian Sedesov rounding out the top 10. Aurelio Giustinelli, 11th, ahead of Flavio Caira, Timio Riflau, Mohamed El Bouzaki round out the top 14. And Antoine Duval actually getting a warning flag, a warning from race direction. 15th, Niels Le Loret, ahead of Achille Girardin. Mele Taylor, 17th, ahead of Luxembourg's Lucas Pellizzari. Timothy Lahoussine, Maurice Vercroys round out the top 20 with Vigo Moons. Bing van Schijndel, Yves Rie, Fabio Angotta, Maxime Linders, and Sacha Duquier rounding out the 26 finishers after 12 laps. And on lap 2, we lost 4 cars. Sam Gluck in the 146, Lorenzo Notarigo in the 107, Julien Servillo in the 189, and Germany's Moritz Moore in the number 75. So that concludes the racing action for X30 Junior Heat 2, B versus D. And we'll see X30 Junior tomorrow morning once again.